COVID-19 has sickened almost 500,000 people in Maryland, and it has killed more than 8,700 in our state alone. Well, tonight, coming back from COVID, WJZ investigator Mike Helgren introduces us to a survivor with an incredible story. His organs shut down, his loved ones were told to prepare for his funeral, but thanks to doctors at Shock Trauma, he pulled through and considers himself a walking miracle.
Like standing here, the world is brighter to me. The world is different to me. This has been a transformative experience for me.
Darnell Davis now walks 4 miles a day, a far cry from a little more than a year ago when he was on the edge of death with one of the most severe cases of COVID-19 doctors had seen.
What were doctors telling your wife at the time?
They told my wife easily around 3 times make funeral arrangements for me. My lungs collapsed, my heart stopped working, I had renal failure. All of my organs shut down.
It started with a cough and days of weakness, then a positive COVID test at Pimlico. His wife, knowing he was at higher risk because of his diabetes, took him to GBMC.
You initially did not want to go to the hospital, but then it got so bad that your wife make you go in?
Gave me the ultimatum.
But even in the hospital, his condition got worse. So bad, a ventilator was not enough. He needed a special ECMO machine, essentially artificial lungs, because his were not working. Tubes inserted into his body connect to the machine and filter his blood. The only available ECMO was at Shock Trauma, and getting there from GBMC was risky.
They told my wife that if she decides to keep me there, I'm dead. That if she allows them to transport me, that there's a 90% chance that I wouldn't even survive the transport from GBMC to University of Maryland. That's how fragile of a state I was in.
He made it to Shock Trauma alive, barely. But the most difficult part of his journey was yet to come.
I did not know it could be as devastating to a human body.
For 17 days, the ECMO machine took over, supplying Darnell with oxygen as a team of specialists monitored him around the clock. He eventually was able to breathe again without ECMO, first with a ventilator, then on his own.
When you had a first conversation, were able to talk to your wife, what was that like for you?
I just cried. Yeah. I just cried. Just to know that I got to see her again. Her last time would have been, I just got to see her again.
You're walking, I mean, just like, you know, none of this happened.
Darnell is now back at work and feels better than he has in years.
I don't have any lasting effects. I don't have any fatigue, the fogginess, anything like that.
He got vaccinated as soon as he could, Pfizer at the Baltimore Convention Center. And he has this message to those who are reluctant to do the same.
I would rather you get sick for 2 days because of the vaccine than to go through what I went through. I wouldn't wish this on my enemy. But if COVID didn't kill me, I'm pretty sure the vaccine won't.
He can't wait to hold his newborn grandson and live his second chance at life to the fullest.
The love that I have for my family, my wife, my children, and I wasn't ready to go. If anyone you know doesn't believe it's real, tell them give me a call.
Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Wow. Oh, happy for Darnell. So happy for him.
Inspiring. Looking good, man.